Thanks for joining us for CBN News Midday. I'm Mark Martin. President Obama laid out his vision for the next 2 years in his State of the Union address. He's calling for major investments in education, infrastructure, and science and technology to make America more competitive. But Republicans say investments is just a Democratic code word for more spending. And as John Jessup reports, they're ready to do just the opposite, cut the budget.
With a theme of winning for America, the president insisted the country is poised for progress. Progress, he says, that comes with a commitment to face the challenges head on.
We know what it takes to compete for the jobs and industries of our time. We need to out-innovate, out-educate, and out-build the rest of the world.
He called for encouraging innovation, reforming education, and modernizing America's infrastructure and industries. Those calls come with a cost which he described as investments. Talk of investments led to a cold reception from Republicans who see it as more government spending.
Whether sold as stimulus or repackaged as investment, their actions show they want a federal government that controls too much, taxes too much, and spends too much in order to do too much.
The GOP might be a more willing partner in efforts to tackle the federal debt and deficit spending. The president proposed a 5-year freeze on all non-security related discretionary spending.
It's not a question of the level of spending. The question is how you direct the spending, whatever the level may be.
But Republicans are eager to do more. Some lawmakers have proposed as much as $100 billion in spending cuts.
We shouldn't just give our people a government that's more affordable. We should give them a government that's more competent and more efficient.
On health care, the president said he's open to making changes, but defended the reform law for improving lives. President Obama acknowledged the empty seat in the chamber, reserved for Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords, and called on Republicans and Democrats to work together to build a better America. The president has a tough sell, not only here on Capitol Hill, where he must convince a divided Congress to buy into his plans, he must also win over a skeptical American public whose votes last November showed they overwhelmingly rejected the president's policies. John Jessup, CBN News, Capitol Hill.
And for more on this story, we turn now to Sabrina Schaefer with the Independent Women's Forum. She joins us now from our bureau in Washington, D.C. Sabrina, what did you think about the president's address last night?
Well, I thought it was largely actually uninspired, and more importantly, I thought it was disingenuous. Obviously, the president is a great orator. He does best in these kind of environments that are staged, where he's very prepared. But what I found disturbing is that he's able to present himself as a free marketer, someone who really believes in, free markets and greater control for businesses and individuals. Yet at the same time, sort of in the very next breath, he's able to present one after another of different spending, top-down big government programs. And I found that that was very jarring for someone, and I think most Americans probably heard it that way.
President Obama proposed new investment to spur the economy. That's kind of the buzzword. Do you think that's going to make a difference?
No, absolutely not. The fact is the government can't be everything for everyone, and we need to change that mindset both here in Washington and out in America. People need to recognize that. And I found it really disturbing. He talked about, for instance, investment in education. Well, the government invests more in education here than practically anywhere in the world. He talked about how in South Korea we believe in teachers as nation builders, and he gave sort of them as the model. Well, what I found disturbing is that, look, in South Korea they have a market in education, but here in the United States the president squashed the one D.C. Opportunity Scholarship Program we had here in Washington to give children greater opportunity to have a market in education. So, he says one thing out of one side of his mouth, and then, immediately he doesn't say the other thing. And it really, it's disingenuous, it's not honest, and we would do better to have a more truthful conversation.
The president also called for a 5-year spending freeze last night. Is that enough?
No, well, first of all, we should remember that last year he called for a 3-year spending freeze, which Congress never voted on. He's talking just about discretionary spending, of course, not entitlement spending, which is really the fastest growing part of our federal budget. Nor was he talking about the new health care law spending or continued stimulus dollars, which are still going out regularly. So I think that this was clearly not quite honest, nor is it really where we want to be. We need more than a freeze. We need more cuts, because we're at a point at which the government has grown tremendously in the last 10 years. We don't want to leave it at this sort of bloated spot that it's in. We want to retreat it. We want to rein it back.
Okay, Sabrina Schaefer, thanks so much for your insights today.
Thank you for having me.
Turning overseas now, Israeli police arrested Palestinian terrorists for the murder of an American Christian tourist. The murder took place last month outside of Jerusalem. CBN News' Chris Mitchell has that story.
4 members of an 8-man cell appeared before a Jerusalem court and were charged with the murder of Christine Luken. Police spokesman Mickey Rosenfeld said some arrests were made within 48 hours of the murder.
There were 4 main suspects behind the killings themselves. They both planned the killings, where they would take place. They both drove around the area inside the forest, and they planned exactly the area where they were going to dump her body exactly after that.
Luken was hiking in the hills outside Jerusalem with her friend Kay Wilson when the 2 of them were assaulted. Wilson was wounded and managed to escape by playing dead, but Luken was dragged away and murdered. Police said the Palestinians, all from the Hebron area, had been involved in 21 crimes since 1997, including the murder of another woman in 2010. According to police, last year the group decided to carry out nationalistic terror attacks. The family's attorney says the family is still looking for answers.
They would like to know what exactly happened on that tragic day when their daughter was murdered in a vicious terror attack.
Luken worked for a Christian ministry based in England, and friends remember her as a dedicated Christian.
Christine was a woman who had a very infectious love for God. I think when you were around Christine, you couldn't help but love the Lord more. And it's very simply our prayer for this great tragedy, that even though it was meant for evil, that God will use this in a redemptive way.
Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
It's horrible. Violent protests broke out in Lebanon after the election of a Hezbollah-backed candidate to the post of prime minister. Sunni Muslims took to the streets in several cities, angry over the growing power and influence of the Shiite Hezbollah. The largest protest broke out in Tripoli, a city dominated by Sunnis. Some fear the increasing power of the Iranian-backed Hezbollah could mean more violence with Israel or even another civil war. An American lawmaker is taking steps to protect religious minorities in the Middle East and South Central Asia. Virginia Congressman Frank Wolf has introduced legislation calling for the creation of a special envoy at the U.S. State Department. Wolf points to this deadly church bombing in Egypt New Year's Day. He says attacks against religious minorities are increasing there and in Iraq. He says the U.S. has an obligation to intercede, especially among allies receiving billions in U.S. aid. A key Southern Baptist leader has withdrawn from an interfaith coalition. It was supposed to monitor discrimination against mosques in the U.S. Dr. Richard Land is the longtime president of the Southern Baptist Convention's Ethics and Religious Liberty Commission. Land tells CBN News many Southern Baptists felt the interfaith group crossed the line from defending religious freedom to promoting Islam.
Evidently, Southern Baptists feel that it's a bridge too far for us to be filing suit on behalf of Muslims, that, as they put it to me, you don't have to do that. They can do that themselves. I'm a denominational servant. And as that, I have a twofold role. One's prophetic, and the other's representative. And that balance can get tricky. I will still, in my prophetic role, call for Southern Baptists and all Americans to defend and to advocate for complete religious freedom.
Land says although he is withdrawing from the coalition, he is not stepping aside from his commitment to religious liberty for all Americans. The Reverend Billy Graham tells Christianity Today that if he had to do it all over again, he would steer clear of politics. Graham ministered to every president from Truman to Obama. Graham said, people in power have spiritual and personal needs like everyone else, and often they have no one to talk to. Looking back, I know sometimes I crossed the line and wouldn't do that now. The 92-year-old evangelist also told the magazine he wished he had spent more time with his family and preached less. Maryland lawmakers are poised to vote on whether to legalize same-sex marriage. Legislation has already been introduced in the state Senate, and it's expected to be rolled out in the state House as early as today. Gay marriage has never been considered by the full assembly. A robust debate is expected before votes are cast.
I believe that most of the citizens in the state of Maryland agree that some type of a civil union ought to be granted, but they draw the line when you take the term marriage. And I think that's going to play itself out as we go through the legislative process, and we'll see how it happens.
Now, the bill is called the Religious Freedom and Civil Marriage Protection Act. Supporters say the proposal would not require religious entities to perform same-sex weddings if they don't support them. The English couple fined for refusing to rent a room to a homosexual couple could now lose their home. Peter and Hazel Mary Bull run the Chimorva Guest House in Bristol, renting out the rooms upstairs and living downstairs. The Christian couple has a policy of not renting double rooms to unmarried couples, gay or straight. Last week, a judge ruled the policy violates a law protecting gay rights. The couple says they won't compromise their biblical principles, but if they can't rent out rooms, they won't be able to pay the mortgage and could be left with no place to live. Coming up, killed in the line of duty, why 2011 could turn out to be one of the deadliest years for law enforcement.
What makes the miracles of Jesus even more miraculous? Standing where they happened, in Israel. Come explore Jerusalem, where Jesus opened blind eyes. Visit the hills of Galilee, where Jesus fed the multitude. Stroll through Capernaum, where Jesus lived and taught and healed. To learn more about standing where it all happened in Israel, visit www.goisrael.com. Come visit Israel.
Endless pools are an incredible alternative to traditional pools, making it easy and inexpensive to swim at home. Call our toll-free number or visit our website. A free idea kit and DVD will be sent to your home so you can discover all the benefits of owning your own pool. Compared to traditional pools, endless pools are simple to install, easy to maintain, and economical to run. Our precision-engineered pools enable you to swim or exercise against a smooth current that adjusts to any speed and ability. Endless pools are perfect for year-round health and fitness, relaxation, and family fun. Our free idea kit and DVD will show you how easy it is for the whole family to enjoy a pool right in your backyard or home. An endless pool or an endless pool swim spa can become a showplace for your home. Call our toll-free number or visit the website to find out more about endless pools. The free idea kit will show you just how easy it is to be able to swim at home.
What makes the miracles of Jesus even more miraculous? Standing where they happened, in Israel. Come sail the Sea of Galilee, where Jesus calmed a raging storm. Experience Jerusalem, where Jesus restored a paralyzed man. Explore Capernaum, where Jesus spoke a centurion servant into health. To learn more about standing where it all happened in Israel, visit goisrael.com. Come visit Israel.
2011 is already a violent year for police across the country. 14 law officers have been killed since the start of the new year. Heather Sells has more.
Tom and Jeff died doing what they loved. They were cops.
On Monday morning, police officers Thomas Baitinger and Jeffrey Yaslowitz died in a shootout as they served a search warrant. Federal agents attempted a rescue. More than 100 shots were fired.
I'm going to miss them. I'm going to miss them. It's a very hard day for the police department. It's a very hard day for this community.
The St. Petersburg shooting came just 4 days after another fatal shooting in Miami. Thousands came out to honor detectives Roger Castillo and Amanda Hayworth. They were gunned down trying to serve a warrant on a murder suspect.
It's very, very sad, and they're heroes of our lives, and we just appreciate everything they do.
Over the weekend, a gunman opened fire inside a Detroit police precinct, wounding a commander and 3 officers. And in Indianapolis, Officer David Moore was shot 4 times during a traffic stop. He remains in critical condition. The string of violence, plus the trend for the last several years, is troubling to many.
This is the 3rd year in a row that we're seeing a significant increase in the number of officers who have been shot and killed.
Last year, more than 162 law enforcement officers died. 61 of them were shot and killed. The problem of gun violence extends beyond police officers.
34 Americans are murdered with guns every single day, and most of them are purchased or possessed illegally.
Experts aren't sure just how to explain the rash of killings already this year or over the last several years. But gun control advocates say easy firearm access is part of the problem, and they're calling on Congress to tighten background checks for would-be gun owners. Heather Sells, CBN News.
Police in Manila believe an al-Qaeda-linked group could be responsible for the bombing of a passenger bus in Manila Tuesday. At least 4 people died when an explosion ripped through the bus as it traveled a main highway near the city's business center. Investigators say 2 men got off the bus shortly before the explosion. They recovered pieces of a mortar round and cell phone they believe was used to detonate the bomb. CBN Asia correspondent Lucille Toulousan was on the scene in Manila.
This is the exact spot. It's about the 6th row where the improvised explosive device went off, killing 4 people and injuring 14 passengers. Authorities are still investigating, but they are not discounting the fact that this incident could be part of a destabilization plot against the Aquino government.
The Philippines government has been fighting a decades-long battle with Islamic separatists in the south. The Abu Sayyaf has ties to al-Qaeda and is suspected in a similar bus bombing in 2005. Meanwhile, Metro Manila and the region surrounding the capital city, they're on full alert. In Egypt, 3 people died Tuesday as thousands of protesters clashed with police in what they called a day of rage. Officials turned tear gas and water cannons on the crowd after they hurled rocks at police. Angry over persistent poverty, high unemployment, and corruption, they called for President Mubarak to step down. The violence comes after a popular uprising toppled a tyrannical government in Tunisia this month. Up next in health news, the importance of balancing your hormones and how it can even help you lose weight.
What makes the miracles of Jesus even more miraculous? Standing where they happened, in Israel. Come explore Jerusalem, where Jesus opened blind eyes. Visit the hills of Galilee, where Jesus fed the multitude. Stroll through Capernaum, where Jesus lived and taught and healed. To learn more about standing where it all happened in Israel, visit www.goisrael.com. Come visit Israel.
Endless pools are an incredible alternative to traditional pools, making it easy and inexpensive to swim at home. Call our toll-free number or visit our website. A free idea kit and DVD will be sent to your home so you can discover all the benefits of owning your own pool. Compared to traditional pools, endless pools are simple to install, easy to maintain, and economical to run. Our precision-engineered pools enable you to swim or exercise against a smooth current that adjusts to any speed and ability. Endless pools are perfect for year-round health and fitness, relaxation, and family fun. Our free idea kit and DVD will show you how easy it is for the whole family to enjoy a pool right in your backyard or home. An endless pool or an endless pool swim spa can become a showplace for your home. Call our toll-free number or visit the website to find out more about endless pools. The free idea kit will show you just how easy it is to be able to swim at home.
What makes the miracles of Jesus even more miraculous? Standing where they happened, in Israel. Come sail the Sea of Galilee, where Jesus calmed a raging storm. Experience Jerusalem, where Jesus restored a paralyzed man. Explore Capernaum, where Jesus spoke a centurion servant into health. To learn more about standing where it all happened in Israel, visit goisrael.com. Come visit Israel.
Welcome back. If you're having a hard time keeping your New Year's resolution to lose weight, it could be because your hormones are out of whack. That can cause you to crave all the wrong foods. It turns out losing weight can be as simple as getting those hormones in balance. And as Lori Johnson explains, it's also a great way to improve your overall health.
As a high-powered executive in the Big Apple, Doug Monaco never paid attention to his diet and didn't even realize he'd put on 40 pounds.
I had a moment where it came to me when I looked at some pictures on a recent trip to Miami, and I said, oh, that's me?
Unfortunately, Doug's story is typical.
Here in New York City, it's quite common for people to be stressed out and just grab something unhealthy to eat while on the run. But that's a recipe for weight gain.
And that weight gain is usually followed by health problems. In Doug's case, dangerous cholesterol levels were setting him up for a heart attack. His doctor, Manhattan internist Michael Aziz, found Doug's hormones were unbalanced.
We are a nation in hormonal chaos. The wrong types of food, sugar, trans fats, lifestyle, smoking, stress, they all can cause hormonal chaos, and they can cause us not only to gain weight, but they can also cause disease.
Dr. Aziz prescribed a hormone-balancing diet. Doug lowered his cholesterol, lost the 40 pounds, and has kept the weight off.
I've been getting compliments left and right, and I have a better confidence about myself.
Other overweight patients also saw success with the hormone-balancing diet, so Dr. Aziz turned it into a book called The Perfect 10 Diet, in which he highlights 10 key hormones like insulin, which controls fat storage, thyroid, which controls our hair and skin, and the 3 sex hormones.
Estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, which keeps us young and active. They are the anti-aging hormones. Many of the hormones I talk about on the Perfect 10 Diet are not routinely checked by doctors because it's brand new information.
Balancing hormones starts with eliminating sugars, both natural and man-made, because they trigger exaggerated insulin secretion, which causes you to want more sweets that can lead to weight gain, diabetes, and other health problems. Check food labels for hidden sugars like high fructose corn syrup. Keep an eye out for any ingredient ending in "ose" like dextrose or those that include syrup. And beware of tempting no-calorie sweeteners.
Artificial sweeteners, in fact, are really worse than pure sugar because they are completely foreign to our body. And research shows that animals who are given artificial sweeteners can gain more weight. Diet soda, for example, can lead also to diabetes and metabolic syndromes. It's better to eat small amounts of sugar than to eat artificial sweeteners.
Managing hormones not only involves the elimination of sugars from the diet, but also refined carbohydrates because they too cause insulin levels to spike. Foods like white pasta, white flour, and white rice all have the same effect on the body as sugars do. That's because refined carbohydrates have been stripped of everything but the starch. So a quick fix is to simply eat the whole grain versions of the same foods. Your insulin remains nice and steady. Regulating hormones also involves eliminating trans fats from the diet. Those are oils that have been chemically engineered to prolong a product's shelf life.
Trans fats are really like plastic, and when we eat them, they incorporate in our cells, and the cells cannot communicate or talk to one another. In turn, hormones are disturbed. Weight gain follows, but more troubling, the risk for heart disease, cancer, stroke, infertility goes up.
Trans fats are in many processed foods and can be identified by the word hydrogenated in the list of ingredients. This includes margarine and shortening. On the other hand, natural fats like olive oil, nuts, and avocados are encouraged, as are even some saturated fats like butter and eggs, which Dr. Aziz says have gotten a bum rap.
Saturated fat have been blamed for heart disease because they've been falsely grouped with trans fats. So the studies are flawed. Saturated fat do not cause heart disease. In fact, saturated fats helps us stay young because not only they can help us lose weight, but they can also help balance our sex hormones.
Other tips include limiting salt to no more than a teaspoon a day. Too much can create a craving for more and all the calories that go with it. So although regulating our body's many hormones can be a bit complicated, like a symphony when everything's working in harmony, the result is beautiful. Lori Johnson, CBN News, New York.
Thank you, Lori. Here are 2 more weight loss tips. Researchers say drink more water and eat vegetables. Makes sense. Coming up, why the convenience of drugstores just got even more convenient, and why you can get your groceries and your prescriptions all in one stop.
Millions of women worldwide love Bare Minerals.
This is smooth, it's nice, and it covers. I like that.
Only Bare Minerals looks like beautiful bare skin, while it covers whatever you want it to. And now you can get our latest kit with our totally new, totally spill-proof Click Lock Go foundation. For over 75% off retail, our new kit comes with Bare Minerals foundation in the shade that's just right for you. Warmth for a healthy glow. Mineral Veil, the ultimate finishing touch, and Bare Minerals Flawless Application Brush. Call now and get 3 full-size gifts worth $57.95 free. Purchase separately, you'd spend over $120. Our original Get Started kit was a great deal at 2 payments of $29.99. But now you can get all this for just 1 payment of $29.99. Save over $90 and get a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Call 1-800-376-4174. Ask how you can receive this handy compact. Call 1-800-376-4174 now.
It's impossible to close an open can with a pop top. Open cans spill in the fridge. What a mess. And open cans lose their fizz. What a waste. Introducing Bottle Top. It turns your can into a bottle with the snap of a cap. Open metal cans can't travel. What a waste. Bottle Top turns your can into a bottle that's perfectly portable. You can't do this with an open can. Bottle Top lets any soda keep its carbonation. Look, bugs are gross, but Bottle Top protects your drink from insects. When you're done drinking, just pop it off. Rinse under hot water and reuse. Bottle Top keeps drinks from spilling. Now get 6 colored bottle tops for just $10. Call now and get 6 more. Plus, we'll send you the can top popper. Just pay separate shipping and handling. You get 12 amazing bottle tops, plus the can top popper, all for just $10.
Call 1-800-377-9176. But hurry, call now. We're giving away a bonus 6 more bottle tops and the can top popper with today's orders. That's 1-800-377-9176. Call now.
Thanks for staying with us. If you're looking to stock up on food supplies, the grocery store might be the obvious place to shop, but some drugstores are trying to change that. Retailers like CVS and Walgreens are getting in on the grocery game by selling everything from fresh produce to sushi. Walgreens is now adding groceries to stores located in what they call food deserts. Those are areas without any nearby grocery stores. And though food prices at drugstores might run a little higher than grocery stores, experts say when sales come around, you save big time.
The drugstores offer lots of store incentives, and that's what makes them different from the grocery stores and the big box chains. Some of my best grocery deals have come from drugstores.
I think they're pleasantly surprised that we have great pricing on the key items that they are looking for.
Interesting. Many drugstores also offer special rewards cards for even more savings. So next time you're getting those scripts, you might want to get some groceries as well. Well, that's all for this edition of CBN News Midday. You can find information on all the stories you've seen right here at cbnnews.com. Also stay up to date with CBN News through Facebook and Twitter. Hope you'll join us next time. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
We created this website as a place where kids can learn the Bible in a whole new way.
Kids will love Superbook.tv. Their games, the ability to create your own personal Superbook characters. We even have a place for kids to listen to music on Superbook Radio.
Superbook is CBN's animated series that teaches the Bible through the eyes of 2 friends and their robot sidekick. We're going to tell stories all the way from creation to Christ's return.
The website also teaches kids life lessons. Parents can spend time online with their kids learning about the Bible.
Superbook and Superbook.tv are entirely gospel-centered, and by supporting it, you'll help bring God's Word to children all over the world.
We're reaching a new generation with the gospel of Jesus Christ. Together, we can give today's kids the truth of the Bible in a fun and exciting way that will change their lives.
Visit Superbook.tv today.